Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I would like to have a chat about all the things we can do instead of doom scrolling that will actually benefit our lives, that will actually help us manifest the life we want to live. As you probably already know if you're watching my videos, I've struggled with a social media addiction for such a long time because it was my escapism from reality. It was my escapism from not leaning in and not doing the work I have to do, procrastination, to manifest the life I want. Because in my mind, I had this sabotaging program, this limiting belief that, well, it won't work out anyway, so what's the point? So let me just doom scroll. And that's essentially all it is. It's escapism. It's running away from something, like any addiction. But the more I've come to realize that it is truly my responsibility to create the life I want to live. Only I can do it, nobody can do it for me. The more I'm recognizing that what I have been doing, doom scrolling, it's not beneficial for me. And I have free will. Like I actually have a choice. I choose what I do with my time. And now it just feels so silly to me not to do it. It feels so bizarre to me why I would listen to my mind when it tells me to doom scroll when I know better now. I know what I need to do. So in this video, I want to share a few things I like to do now that are actually beneficial for you, that will help you to release blockages. It will help you to align emotionally and vibrationally with the life you actually want to live. So the next time your ego, your mind is telling you to go on your phone to doom scroll, you have a choice. You actually have a choice, and you could do this instead. So the first thing I like to do when my mind tells me to doom scroll is to put my phone to one side, turn it off, even better, and then I practice gratitude. I close my eyes and I think about all the beautiful things I have in my life. The fact that I got to sleep in a comfortable bed, the fact that I have water and food every single day, the fact that I have this microphone and this camera so I can record videos, I have electricity, I have a beautiful home, I have clothes, I have a heating, it's always warm inside, I have cozy blankets, I have a laptop so I can do my work. So I will list all of these things, everything that comes to my mind, absolutely everything. I do it for like 10 minutes and I will list everything I'm grateful for. And after that, I'm in such a high vibration. I feel so much gratitude for the smallest of things, the little things we are taking for granted, like having a washing machine, being able to put our clothes in a machine that cleans it for them. We don't have to do it by hand anymore. Like that in itself, it's so beautiful, and that's just one thing. So instead of focusing on what we are lacking, which is what the ego likes to do, and that is also usually what happens when you're doom scrolling on social media, because you see all of these people who have all of these amazing houses, all of these amazing things, all of these clothes and makeup they're constantly buying, or cars, whatever you're watching. And that is creating this feeling of lack. We are lacking something. What I have is not good enough. So this is where we need to take our power back, practice gratitude for all the small things we already have in our lives, and that will in turn align you with the vibration of gratitude. And then you will automatically attract more things to be grateful for. And you might also come to this realization that true joy and happiness doesn't come from constantly buying new stuff. It's more about having appreciation for all the things we already have, and also seeing the work behind everything we have. Like, for example, when I look at my microphone, I have so much gratitude for the whole process that got into designing this microphone. I'm grateful for the person who designed it. I'm grateful for the person who built it. And all of this gratitude and appreciation is what is needed in our lives. We can't just take things for granted anymore. We have to look at everything we have. We have to see that it's a product of somebody else's imagination that we are now benefiting from. So instead of just mindlessly consuming more and more and more, it's more about looking at everything we already have individually and then having gratitude for it. Understanding what we are actually holding in our hands here. Something else I like to do instead of scrolling is visualizing the life I want to live. And I made a video on this. I think it was my last video where I spoke about my vision board and how I use it to visualize and manifest. So instead of doom scrolling, I will take my vision board and I will visualize the life I want. I will visualize how my day-to-day would look like, and that will align my thoughts and my emotions with the outcome I actually want for my life. So let's say you want a new job. Maybe you want to start your own business, your own flower shop. Let's just stick with that example. So every day you will just sit there and you will visualize yourself having that flower shop. You will think about what you would do, what your day-to-day life would look like. You would visualize having customers come in to buy flowers. You're creating beautiful bouquets, or you are creating beautiful bouquets for events or flower art installations. And you can apply that for literally anything you want to manifest. Like, how does your life look like when you're already having what you want and you're visualizing this over and over and over again? And your beautiful imagination, your visualization is a tool to manifest. Because whatever is going on in our minds, that is what reality is going to reflect back to us. And then something else I like to do is actually very simple, but equally challenging. And that is to sit on my sofa or on my bed and do absolutely nothing. And this practice might need some getting used to at first. It definitely did for me, because my mind, my ego always told me, oh no, you have to do something else. This is so boring. But when you're truly sitting and doing nothing, that is when everything will come to you. Absolutely everything. And it's also a beautiful practice to understand what is going on in your mind. You will learn to observe your mind, observe your thoughts, because only when you really understand what is going on in your subconscious mind on a daily basis, that is how you can go in and then change it. Because that is when you will recognize how negative the subconscious mind can be. And then once you bring it to your awareness, that is when you can consciously come in and change it. So when I started to sit and do nothing, I was actually quite shocked at how negative my mind was. I was constantly having these imaginative conversations in my mind. They were usually negative. I had this negative internal chatter all the time, or my subconscious mind would always remind me of things that happened in the past, situations in which I felt embarrassed, or in which people were mean to me, or in which I was mean to other people. And that just showed me how incredibly negatively programmed my subconscious mind was. So by sitting and doing nothing, not distracting yourself with your phone, it will be uncomfortable, but it will give you the answers you have been asking for. Now, sticking to the theme of sitting and doing nothing, while you're doing this, it is also a really, really nice practice to actually lean into your body and see where you have emotional blockages in your body. So for example, if you had a really stressful week at work and you felt really angry during your week, you can be pretty much sure that this anger is still somewhere in your body because you haven't completely released it, because your mind is continuing to bring you back into these situations, creating this anger all over again. So I remember this instance where I was at the post office and somebody was really rude to me and I got so angry, and I carried all of this anger with me to my home because I just couldn't let it go, or my ego couldn't let it go. And I felt this anger sitting in my liver. It just felt so heavy. I just felt this incoherence in my body. So I sat on my sofa, I focused on where I felt the anger sat in my body, and I asked it to leave. And that is when I started to cry. I had a little bit of a shake, like a little somatic experience. And then that anger, it was gone. So this is a really beautiful practice, and I think a super important practice as well, because we do live in a world that creates all of the emotions, absolutely all of them. And a lot of people are in a low vibration. We live in a low vibrational world, so we are confronted with these negative emotions all the time. And it's okay to feel every single emotion, but the key is to actually feel it. Not just allow it to sit in our bodies or allow our mind to go into the past and create it all over again. We have to learn to deal with our emotions in the present as it happens, So we are not carrying it with us all the time. I mean, gratitude, happiness, and joy is a beautiful emotion you should carry with you all the time. But emotions like sadness, grief, anger, frustration, that is not what we want, because they have a lower vibrational frequency, and that is not what we want to manifest in our lives. So make it a habit to just sit and ask yourself, for example, where is sadness in my body? You close your eyes and you will feel an energetic sensation somewhere in your body. You place your awareness on it and then you ask it to leave. And you can do this with literally any emotion. You can even do it with happiness. Ask yourself, where's happiness in my body? And then instead of asking it to leave, you ask your body to increase happiness, to fill your whole body with happiness, and then see what happens. Because your consciousness is magical. And the more you understand that you are more than just your physical body and you are more than your mind, that is when life truly gets magical. And then lastly, I like to practice forgiveness. Because the more we forgive, the more we are liberating ourselves from the past, victim consciousness, and just lower vibrational emotions. When we are holding on to grudges for whatever reason, we are actually just poisoning ourselves. There's absolutely no use to hold on to past experiences that are keeping us in this victim mentality. Because victim consciousness, that is not the vibration we want to live in. Because that is not creating a very pleasant life experience for us. So I like to forgive, and I like to use the Ho'oponopono prayer for forgiveness to just get into this beautiful practice of forgiving myself, because we also have to recognize that we are usually not the kindest to ourselves. So I like to say this prayer. It goes, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And I will either do it for myself, forgiving myself, or I will forgive other people for the choices they made. Because let's be honest here, we have all done things that potentially hurt somebody else. There's absolutely none of us who has always been kind to ourselves and other people. And that is just a fact. So we need to forgive ourselves for the choices we made, but also forgive others for their choices, because that will set us free. And I'm just refusing to ever see myself as the victim of anything ever again. Because that just keeps me stuck in a place I absolutely do not want to live in. So these are all the things I now like to do instead of scrolling on my phone. And the more you get into the habit and the practice of actually doing this, you will recognize just how beneficial this is for your life and how quickly your life is going to change. Because let's be completely honest here. Scrolling on your phone, doom scrolling, escapism, it won't help you create the life you want. It just won't. Your energy will feel drained. You will get bombarded with the negativity. You will get so many opinions, other people's negativity, gossip and drama. It's so easy to get sucked into gossip and drama when you're doom scrolling. You get programmed with so many limiting beliefs, patterns, and loops that are not even your own. And that is the truth. It doesn't do you any favors. Absolutely none. Zero. So it's time for us to take our power back and actually do what is needed to create the life we want to live, because every single one of us deserves to live a happy and joyous life. Absolutely everyone. But it is our responsibility. We have to do it. Nobody can do it for us. And just speaking based on my personal experience, when you start to do this instead of scrolling, instead of doing what isn't good for you, your life is going to change. And that is a guarantee. I really hope you found this video helpful and inspiring. As always, please leave me a comment. I would love to have a conversation with you. Also, let me know if you have any questions. If you would like to book a personal session with me, I do offer healing sessions, coaching sessions, as well as tarot readings. You can head to my website. I will leave a link in the description of this video. I'm sending all of you so much love, and I will talk to you in my next video.